Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the live collective Ethereal Energy Lights. I'm Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. We are going to get into these messages. I'm going to make sure we got the pinned comment for those of you that are looking to obtain your clarity check during this live or alignment session. You'll see how to go about it in the pinned comment. Okay. And we'll go from there. If you haven't gotten a chance to just yet, tune into that Neptune Ingress Aries informative live that we just did and enjoy. Great shifts are upon us. Why am I speaking this way right now? Don't ask. Someone is a linguist. Greetings, goddess. Welcome on in. 111. Greetings. Let's see what we have going on here. I have to put this up actually. Saltwater aquarium. It's a vibe right there. We'll get started here in just a few. Okay. All right, there goes the inspiration. Greetings, my beloved Pantera Soul Fam member of the channel, Fatima. Much love to you, goddess. Welcome. Oh, you have to pin it. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Show me the energy here for the collective. Which one are we going with? We're starting here first. Okay. Already see Archangel Michael showing up there with the action card and stand your ground and the waiting game pertaining to a plan here you may have. And Gabriel. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. I love to see that when that comes out first. It's always a great thing to see. Let me see. Victory and success, Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo. Pattern recognition, integration when it comes to visibility, creativity, love, inner child, and a disruption that's coming in regards to that. Victory and success, disruption. I just got the energy of Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell. Before taking the next step, your path is causing you to take a significant detour. Now, 616. That's Ten of Swords showing up. Something that you may have felt as though it would bring forth expansion, doesn't fall through as a form of divine intervention. Okay, let's clarify this from now. This could also be a message pertaining to why something didn't go as expected in the past. There's a helicopter going by. It's 5:20. That's literally 7 of Pentacles vibes, 8 of Swords, yeah, that type of energy, okay? Something could have been built based on fear, which could also be the reason as to why it has come to an end or is going through a process of it being removed from your life quietly, but for sure, we got concern here. This may have to do with some type of work you've been in for quite some time, at least a minimum of 7 years, 6 years. Something here in regards to your craft that you've mastered. It's time to take it to the next level. Okay. This could even be when you're being placed at the forefront and no longer being able to be behind the curtains with this Jupiter and Leo energy, and Leo having to do with visibility, and with this divine intervention, disruption, tower moment. Something occurs where now you have to either be at the forefront or switch positions. That reflects an upgrade, or something happens again where an underlying concern, this divine intervention comes into play to remove you from it, and then you receive the details later on as to why. I'm strongly picking up that this has to do with work, why you may abruptly make a decision regarding work. That's also in regards to that Neptune and Aries shift too. Okay, show me. Somebody's grandfather is not playing with their granddaughter or grandson when it comes to a change in direction or the journey that they've been on. Specifically here for someone, whenever you hear a train pass by, something about the time that you're seeing is very significant in regards to aligning with a significant loved one that's on the other side, showing themselves to you as a form of protection, especially if they weren't there for you when you were a child. May have experienced quite a few challenges with authority figures or those who were caregivers when you were younger. Something in regards to 9 years old that had an effect on you when you turned 18. And it reflected into your life. If you are past the age of 30, it reflected a part of your life, or reflection of it showed up in your life when you turned 33. The month of June is very significant. 2016. Let's get one more. Wow. Yeah. Something stops abruptly because it connects you to a gift, thoughts. It could have also have to do with something in regards to a committed relationship, that sort of partnership. We'll see what's coming through here. Let me see what's behind it. See something here. Something was not working. Official person. You've been pulled away from where you used to be because it's not connected to the truth of your value. Especially as a woman, you're connected to someone of great value, and that's the main person here. We have the courthouse showing up, and you have adjudication that showed through. 333 could also be significant, that you've been seeing quite a bit here. The gift of great fortune, yeah, great value. It's the prime example where when you're surrounded by a certain energy, you'll know if it's for you, if there's expansion, and if it's not for you, structures destabilize. No matter how much work you put into it, it still doesn't meet the criteria of who you are. And the moment you shift out of that, this is when sudden wealth comes into play, because you've matured and learned the lessons. Also having to do with being in situations that allows your nervous system to be at ease. Someone's Akashic records is being recalibrated. 3313. As a woman, you really have a strong connection to the number 13 as far as your lineage is concerned. Something that's been hidden or a secret since you were a child is now coming to the surface, or at least the overall or the precise truth of a matter. Yes. Eight of Pentacles. I am seeing someone receive something regards to documentation. Read it thoroughly. This could have to do with the contract and love. Higher realms. Something is literally being reprocessed. I'm hearing reprocessed. Show me journey. 1313 on the timer. You have gone through the depths of the underworld to discover all that you are. A master when it comes to transcending. Shrines could be of significance. Almost said shrines. If you're looking to obtain a personal during this live, once you follow the instructions in the pinned comment, you send payment, make sure you comment vote so that way I can see you here, because I'm checking my notifications periodically. But if you comment vote, I'll know right away. Show me journey. I'm sensing that Anubis card that's in here. The end of a chapter, the end of a journey, the end of a chapter, 126, tomorrow, yeah. So for surely that Neptune and Aries frequency is kicking through here, as I imagine it would. 4 and 8, that's a 12, closing out the Piscean epoch, which also has to do with the closing, something about paperwork, records, closing out stories, closing out chapters, many lives at that. All of these books are closed. All of these books are closed. Let me turn this down so we don't hear every 5 seconds. Dang. Okay. What's at the bottom? The whip. Aggressively, a lot of chapters are being closed. And it really has to do with dogmatic beliefs that has been keeping the collective in the space of confusion. Show me the books and the journey. You could also be connecting to a guide from a much higher vibration, much higher dimension, 9 to 12th dimension. Andromedans. Arcturians could also be significant. Lyrans, blue avians. The tall whites. Show me these books. The journey. Where's the music on? Music is significant to whoever this guide is. 533 as I looked. 1733. We just finished naming different energies from different star systems. 17, the star. Because you're being placed in a position for something to last. This energy is the same as when I was on live on TikTok, and it turned into a meeting with the Galactic Federation, because this is ascending into a higher density. You have to be connected to your heart. Have to be. because I'm feeling the energy spiral within the heart chakra. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Energy of abundance, wealth, books, the books, books. Something in regards to QuickBooks, so making sure that because of possible taxes, something regarding taxes here. But that's not what this is talking about. Just had to mention that. Payback, reward, triple time. Fishes having to do with Pisces. What's this? Huh. A desire comes true, the well. It's with faith that your emotional fulfillment comes through. Faith knowing that your emotional fulfillment comes through. 26 to 34. 2026 to 2034 is very significant too, because that's another number that keeps showing up on the timer. Number 8. You will have plenty moving forward. Show me the Judgment. Wow. A companion. You have a similar soul contract. 1818. This could also be where you're encountering someone who aligns with your inner child, and it's effortless to be with them. So anything that you're in right now that is not in alignment to that, this is where you'll see that divine intervention or disruption of a connection. Because it's not where you're supposed to be, that book has to get closed. And there's a significant masculine male figure, grandfather or cousin or uncle, even a brother, that's making sure that that happens. They're making sure you experience joy and happiness with the loyal companion. And something is undergoing divine intervention because there wasn't that level of respect and loyalty as well. Someone could be going through a divorce or stepping away from some sort of contractual work. Then we have 3 and 10. 3 and 10 right here, right? Something was in alignment to, the criteria, what you came here with in regards to experiencing joy in life. So you're going to see yourself go beyond. There goes the 616, 10 of swords, although this is really more so 10 of spades. But we look at this from that perspective. If we're connected it to the tarot, this would be the air, the swords. 10 of swords is connected to that 616 energy, where you're no longer able to betray yourself due to a certain way of processing your reality, or even more so the way you process your reality and unable to express it with people of the past or currently there may not be that level of alignment when it comes to purpose. This is a great message though, in regards to there's nothing to worry about, no worries. Shit, even if there was, we'll always find a way to make sure you see a point where you can have gratitude in regards to what's been going on. Gratitude for the floating heart. This reminds me of the movie, is it Stardust? I'm not mistaken. 2, 4, 5, 6 was just on the clock. Show me more. Judgment. Yeah. Fear-based connections where people are unsure of themselves or just around you just so they can receive the same type of recognition based on who you are can no longer be a part of, yeah, for sure, can no longer be a part of where you're going because they don't see life the way you do. I mean, at the same time, and speaking of connecting to a new guide from a certain star system, this is a whole ship in the sky. But this would also be connected to the parallel dimension, the parallel version of yourself in the higher dimension that you're able to connect with. Because now you're whole, mind, body, and soul. Let's see what's behind this. Wild card. You have to take a risk. That could also be the way that this divine intervention is coming into play. Where you feel as though you have to make a decision almost as it's really more so a calculated risk, where you're taking action on something where you should have taken action on this a while back already anyway. Because there's something in here in regards to anything that you've been around that depletes your abundance in matters of wealth, joy, all things in connection to prosperity that's undergoing a judgment call. Because it literally cannot go with you. Let me go to this here. I want to see who this Ascended Master is. See who this energy is. Hold on. I don't want to cover up the child. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm also getting that if you have a child that is 18, you have a grandfather that is working with them closely, making sure that they are making the proper moves. Where you may have an 18-year-old that goes through some sort of relationship matter where the person that they were with, they're breaking up. But that's part of divine intervention because the longer they stay with them, it changes the trajectory of their path and their journey. You may have this energy here. Ascended Master could be a person that's a life path 11 that's moving as an archangel. We already saw Archangel Gabriel show up. So you've seen this person in your dreams already. You've seen this loved one recently. Within the past month. Show me. Could be a father. Yeah. It could be a fire sign. They don't play about you. F and B could be of significance in regards to initials. I'm also getting it could be a Scorpio. Or a tattoo of an eagle. I'm seeing a tattoo of an eagle. Okay. Show me. Apollo. Emissary. Apollo. Yeah, for sure a fire sign. Or an air sign. The son of Zeus. Wow, that's a Sag. A Leo. Apollo is revered as the magnificent shining sun when it comes to Greek and Roman pantheons. The light of reason and truth, and viewed as the god presiding over music, prophecy, medicine, and healing. It's also giving Mercury vibes too. Gemini, Virgo. Messenger for sure. Yeah, see, they certainly showed up in your dreams. I am the dream. It's confirmation. I'm making sure I move ahead of you as divine intervention. Trust the wisdom of your body, especially when it comes to taking responsibility for your creations, your children, or your inner child as well. Okay. Yeah, you could be coming out of hourly based to more entrepreneurial type of energy. The fire element is significant. You have a lot of creative ideas that are going to come to the surface here for you. Light bulb moments. With this maze that's showing up, obviously this didn't happen overnight. But the moment you see the fruits of your labor, you'll feel as though it didn't take as long. Because you arrived at your destiny. You'll be celebrated moving forward. Notice this masculine energy, this male figure in the back. That's how this one is coming through. Yeah, look at this. Corporate shaman. You may be in a position where while you're there, that contract is coming to a close. The trickster Mercury energy. That is hilarious. It's exactly that. Man, listen. That's why this judgment is over here. Show me the energy of that judge. Whoa, whoa. 3310. 3310. It was just 3310 on the timer. Show me the energy of the judge. We going into somebody's legal matters right now. Whether this is in the third dimension or in another. Show me the energy of the judge. 3333. Huh. Yeah. Well. Spirits, I said what I said already. I already told you what it is. A paternal figure for the collective. Show me. I am so much more omnipotent presence. However, the balance between masculine and feminine, kundalini or chi, is a kundalini activation. It says, imagine for a moment that you are driving a car. The outer machine is being driven by the inner touch of human hands and feet. The brain is controlling the hands and feet using data provided by the eyes and mind's ability to navigate a safe route. Now, keep in mind what I just said in regards to where some of you are in significant positions just to be the eyes of Source. Let me continue. What is making the choice to go somewhere? What contemplates a myriad of other thoughts while your brain drives the car without much attention? Consider that your body is its own kind of car, ferrying your consciousness around through life. For example, the brain provides the neuromotor controls to operate the body to pick up a glass of water from a table, similar to the motor vehicle. The physical body is a biological vehicle. The brain drives by sending neural impulses, that's Uranus, acting as the hands and feet on the controls inside the motor vehicle. The mind perceives thirst and navigates the actions of the necessity to drink water from a glass, thus directing the brain to operate the body. Who is in the back of the mind that is making a choice to drink water from that particular glass? Play with this perception in real time of your own life as your brain drives your body about without much thinking. Research a sensory deprivation tank facility and book some time in there to experience the neutrality of your body and the spaciousness of your being. I and so much more. It can also see this as an example of the physical body fully embracing its soul contract as the soul within the vessel and not so much separate from it, where when one transitions, you hear this talk about the soul leaving the body without the body ever truly and deeply experiencing the soul. Buddha, winking and all that. I am in the center. The judge is in the center of this. Your higher self is the judge in the center of this. Okay. So now tell me more, please. Intense. Which deck do we use? Okay. I'll go with this one. We'll use the vice versa tarot. Be careful with what you consume, because I never seen a dog eat a mouse. But there could be something in regards to be mindful what you eat. Just saying. Okay. A message is being prepared here. The message is being prepared here. You can receive it within a month. Page of Pentacles. Let's see. Show me more about this. Page of Pentacles. 38. Yeah, because something could be in a state of introspection. All of these cards connecting to the time of night. Then we have the High Priestess here. Deep introspection when it comes to the mysteries of life and being given the keys, the silver and golden key of the mysteries of life. You can open up any portal you choose, but it's still in process for you to obtain that. And we have the Death card here on the other side. But this is about making a decision in regards to the way one is going to move forward before the actual process of transformation comes through. Let me see. With these cards, the vice versa, 39 on the timer. We take the card that lands on the table. Just be mindful of the ones that are flipping over, as you can see on the screen. Ooh, gotta cover that. The ones that are flipping over within the deck, within this book, daytime, sunrise, where the divine is going to intervene is already clear to you. Where and why? Let's see. 555 on the clock. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, again, we're not taking the ones that don't land on the table. But here we have the Eight of Wands, lightning striking, and Pegasus. So with that being said, there could be some sort of communication that is actually being blocked for a higher purpose. Just to make sure either party doesn't say something that can change the trajectory of where all is headed at this time. Because something here is still in process with the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups in this nighttime energy. So is this one. Making sure the emotional intelligence is intact. And there goes the King of Cups in the same position. But there's still high levels of telepathy that's happening here. Between you, I'm getting between you and your higher self. Or whoever this is that's involved in the next steps you'll be taking. You see that shit? Hold on. This is very significant. That's the way this is feeling right here. Star family, because it's a star card. Before you turn around and go towards this blossom in abundance, there's a significant meteor showers, meeting that happens here, okay? There goes that eagle as well, I was noticing earlier. Victory, mental clarity is the victory, mental clarity. So this message that comes in at the deep period of introspection brings forth mental clarity. When you have mental clarity, you're able to move accordingly, create effortlessly, and feel without distortion. Yeah. The whole Emperor card, right? Now, there's a reason why I keep saying to y'all, we're not taking the cards that don't land. But this one can land once I take my hand off of it. This Emperor can land. This opportunity of leadership. That's it. That's it. This opportunity of leadership can land if you take your hand off doubting, fear, scarcity consciousness, and if you truly have faith in knowing that this divine intervention, you see that shit? Divine intervention, victory and success. This is an energy that embodies victory and success, which is why the Emperor is the Emperor. You move my hand. And there goes the victory and success right there with it too. Huh. Oh boy. But everybody's looking. You're being watched, collective. Okay? So let me see what these ancestors have to say. 4444. Okay? Oh, Shit. Okay. Okay. First of all, obviously, when it comes to responsibilities, you bear it well. And you can be justifiably proud of what you have accomplished. Gratitude for the lack of loyalty and respect in past situations to get you to realize the truth and value of your emotions. Now, the strictness with which you go about your duties could be taking a toll on you, though. Not everything has to be set in stone. Leave some room for growth and change. If you are afraid to face the darker parts of yourself, you won't be able to help others with their own darkness. Just told you. You're being upgraded into certain abilities and doing something that reflects, that goes beyond, receiving monetary resources on an hourly basis, but more so receiving the reward for aligning your emotions with purpose. You may have to lessen the load when it comes to watching over all of those that you care for and renew yourself. Because you also have behind this, when it comes to your vitality, with this sulfur symbol, there's some deep healing that has to happen. But simply embracing the energies that comes through each moon cycle, which is what the Empress energy embodies, is a natural flow of cycles and being able to reproduce effortlessly. 47 on a timer. Now, follow the voice of your soul. Star ancestor, guiding you to move in a new direction. It's on the other side. Trust and thrive. Okay? Let me go towards that dimension. Let me see which star ancestor is this precisely. Who is this star ancestor precisely? Wow, I love it. Mantis being, enigma, elusive, sensitive. I'm seeing that card from over here. Emotions are running high. There's a lot of subtle energy through your emotions that is extremely powerful right now in regards to the signal it's sending to the significant star ancestor, specifically mantis beings. So this energy of a masculine could actually be a grandmother, because the praying mantises, the females, who ain't nothing to play with. Talk about man eater. Let me tell you something. I opened the text right to it. So that's for sure. Some consider the mantis beings to be one of the most mysterious. It is said they originated from the Virgo constellation in the Sombrero galaxy, some 29 million light years from Earth. Certain factions also reside in the Draco constellation. Mantis beings are bipedal, standing up to 10 feet tall on their with additional joints on their long, spindly limbs. They have an exoskeleton body that ranges in colors from greens to browns to black. Their neck, arms, and hands have additional joints, and they are insectoid in the appearance. Somebody could have been born with an extra finger, is what I'm getting to, similar to Earth's praying mantis. They have sometimes not grown an extra finger or toe, similar to praying mantis, but that's just what it said next. Whatever. They have sometimes been associated with abduction and contactee phenomena, and reports claim they have an oily covering substance on their body for reasons that are still speculative. In ancient Egyptian Aboriginal, why am I not speaking properly? Okay, ancient Egyptian, Aboriginal, and African mythologies make reference to these beings. Reports say the mantis beings' cultures reveres the matriarchal social structure and that they honor subtle, feminine receptive frequencies to maintain a heightened, tuned in awareness. They are masters of sound and color vibrations, both in healing, presence, and in maintaining an altered state of higher consciousness. These essential practices are carried through the mantis beings' cultural ceremonies to maintain a highly evolved civilization. They are telepathic, and similar to the blue avians, so yes, have a highly sophisticated, sentient, spherical orb force field technology for interdimensional time travel. They could be showing up in a lot of orbs that you're seeing. Some say that they are silent overlords that monitor and observe the cosmic species' spiritual progress. Did we not just say all of that already? 522, that neighbor, something about a neighbor? Shit. 522 came up earlier, which represents a cubit or hill near Gibeon, speaking of it metaphysically. It connects to Amma, where Gibeon represents a high place in consciousness where man lets go of personal ideas and desires and seeks the presence of God within themselves only as an extension of all that is. It is here at this place of sacrifice that the thoughts of personality are lifted and transmuted into spiritual energy and substance. This transmutation is suggested by the Gibeonites putting Adriel's son to death, biblically speaking. Where Adriel is the only person with this name in the Bible, its meaning is deep, tied to shepherding and care. The name comes from the Hebrew words for help or flock and God. So, 608, there goes that number that loves to pop up when we do lives. Take care of yourself, collective, okay? Some of you are out here losing sleep because you're really putting other people well-being ahead of you. And if you're around people who feels as though you love them less because you take care of you, those are not your people. Okay, 53. Hold on, I gotta close these blinds. And I gotta turn this up and down. Okay, so dang, see, it did it again with the comments. Good Lord. It's okay. I see y'all though. Greetings, y'all. Hey. I'm sorry, 35 dating on listening. Listen, if y'all looking to book a personal review, the pinned comment. Great. Oh, that's what's up. All right. So now it says here, follow the voice of your soul. And again, what I'm being more so drawn to is look at that. Not choo-choo. A comment. I'm not a comment. 5544. A notification just came up on the screen and said choo-choo. And remember what we said, 1811, 611. That's third deacon Gemini. Someone is certainly a Gemini. Well, this message is very significant, but here we have 10. I just heard end of communication. What is this? Show me this. End of communication. Letting a significant, intense emotion towards whatever and whomever go. The final hoorah of letting something go before you can go towards these 2 cups that are being replenished and the start of something new and fulfilling and beautiful. Certainly a new partnership. For some of you, this could be a promotion that you could also be receiving. So this promotion could have to do with, let's say, those of you that are in whatever position that you're in at work and something changes within management and you have to come to the forefront. People have been already speaking of you and for you on your behalf. What I'm also getting is that you may not even desire this position. Well, you could also be, as an entrepreneur, you could also be receiving offers in regards to people who are looking to invest in you and build with you. $55.44, $6.11. What could be holding you back is past experiences of betrayal. But these lessons actually helped you. They're designed to help you, which is why it's important in regards to the way one expresses themselves about a past situation that they may have felt as though they have overcome, but your dialogue or the choice of words in regards to that situation when placed with an opportunity to reflect on it really determines where you're at. $58.22. If there's still an internal battle, when there's an opportunity to reflect on the past and the expression of that past situation, it's expressed through words of battle still, the lesson has yet to be learned. Page of Wands. I just heard someone's ancestors say, I'm glad you told them, because they keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, thinking it's going to change by being tough. That's not going to work. By being prideful and being tough, that's not going to work. Because it's connected to an inner child wound, 8 of Cups, that one has yet to walk away from completely. Walk away from basically stating, rewiring that pattern completely. Rewire the pattern. So it's expressed about differently, and expressed about differently in the energy of gratitude. Oh yeah. There goes that betrayal, Ten of Swords. And the Eight of Cups comes out. Okay. It's either you'll have an understanding of the way the message is resonating at the depths it's intended to assist you. And if so, it allows you to be taken out of muddy waters into stabled waters. Long awaited. But this is also an energy of moving towards something with aggression. Which is, it's not gonna serve you. Keep doing the same thing over and over again. Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. Choose your battles wisely, even within your own thought process. All of these placements in your chart, get more familiar with them. Your moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So that way there's inner harmony. It's 6:16 on the clock right now. It's a partnership you have to walk away from, your collective. Divine intervention is at play. It's going to happen anyway. Either you leave or someone is leaving. Someone is certainly going in a new direction. You have to trust the way this is playing out. Be open to healing information. We got Archangel Raphael. The angle of light is happening through the heart chakra because, okay. So this is coming through as a fast forward of, okay, you can no longer operate this way. Now you have to move in coherence with knowing that this old mask that you used to wear, allowing yourself to be in situations around people, whatever the case may be, that no longer serves you. Because when Saturn goes into Aries, come the 14th, it's not tolerating none of that. Not at all. Especially when it comes to, because this Three of Pentacles really does connect to partnerships and amongst people that you work with. Okay. Where it's unraveling false professional identities, any type of career that's been built on image, compliance, or borrowed authority, or outdated ambition begins to lose coherence. And this has to do with being mindful of what it is that you're ambitious about. Because you'll feel that force where things have to go through a process of purification, especially that which you cannot see, with Neptune having to do and connected to Pisces, the unseen realms, and in Aries is fire. So purifying you from all that's been hidden subconsciously. Because if your work is not aligned with your lived conviction, it's going to become unsustainable. And if, you know, this is your first time here, I'm glad that you're here. You're becoming aware of that in terms of no longer being able to do things out of survival. You know, many have lived a life or have been doing things, you know, when it comes to their career out of survival. It takes care of, you know, the necessities and allows you to take these trips. But if you're not fully in love with what it is that you're doing, that's going to be considered misalignment and it won't be sustainable moving forward. Granted, there are many who love what they do, love that for you. This is more so in regards to if you're doing something right now and you feel you have a deeper purpose in life, this is where you'll receive rewards from Saturn and Neptune by going towards that. Okay. Yeah, some of you are tired, extremely tired, exhausted. And you're ready for your independence to do things on your own. Virgo is very significant. She's seen Virgo show up quite a bit, even with the praying mantis. And that's more so connected to, for you, with these changes, 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and power, where you'll see a dissolving of control patterns around intimacy, debt, and emotional exchange. It's dissolving any type of control-based work patterns from late January onward, making over-functioning unsustainable and forcing a reassessment of productivity and health. Because February is going to bring a decisive restructuring of daily systems, with many of you Virgos shifting from labor-intense roles into operations leadership, analysis, wellness design, or consultancy, where system replaces constant effort. And this is the same with your relationships. Where if the intimacy is not going into a much deeper level through transparency, bonds that are dependent on fixing or managing, it's over for that. It's so old for that. Okay. Yeah, look at this. This energy of exhaustion, looking at, is this even worth it? Been here for as long as one has been here. Is this even worth it? Saturn in Taurus. Where Taurus is, there's an activation of your subconscious terrain where hidden fears and ancestral residue is being dissolved. Okay. And it won't be worth holding on to that, because if it's important to not hold on or ignore any subtle signals, because it's only going to result in burnout or disillusionment, especially when it comes to authority figures. It is really time to complete a cycle. Let's look and see. Show me the Three of Pentacles. Well, we certainly have a relationship here. It does say courtship, but I'm being drawn more towards this four. For some of you, this could be a partnership with the Cancer specifically, or this could have to do with family. We're being more mindful to not mix family with business, from what I'm picking up there. Let's see. False person, 12. Taurus, you could be a Taurus, or Taurus is significant. You won't be able to repress what it is that you feel, because it's just going to manifest anxiety or exhaustion. If you've been experiencing anxiety or exhaustion, it's because you're repressing what it is that you're feeling in regards to what's being shown right in front of you. Especially if you are in partnerships that are connected to emotional dependency patterns, they become much more visible. And any type of bonds or agreements that are based on routine rather than mutual investment are going to undergo that level of test where you now see, where people are not exactly who they said they are or played out to be. A lot of honest conversations will be coming to the forefront in February to determine if a relationship is going to mature into a more reliable commitment or dissolves calmly but permanently. So, some of you, this could have to do with the marriage that you're in. Minimum of 4 years, where it's coming to a close, especially once again, if it doesn't mature. 7111. Show me the 8 of Cups. Show me the 8 of Cups. What's this? See. Some of you are not leaving a situation because you might worry that the person may act funny when it comes to, the process in regards to finances and what's going where. Just make sure you're not doing things that can jeopardize your case on social media, because it can easily go down the drain that quickly with this showing up. Okay. Now, it's showing up. I won't have to say it. Some of you got some trifling people around you. Speaking of, dogs don't eat mice. Be mindful of people that you're at odds with and having meals around them or with them. That shouldn't even be a thing. You shouldn't be consuming any type of food around energies that are not in alignment to you. One more. So, make sure you're connecting with your ancestors and your spirit guides and your angels, especially if you're in a situation that you can't walk away from because of financial constraints or situations. It's not worth it. This is what I was saying before in regards to either someone is leaving, you are leaving, or someone is leaving. Someone is being left behind regardless, because this is not a victorious or successful situation that is bringing forth joy. So disruption is happening, will happen, or has happened. Some of you, this is just a confirmation as to why it happened. Wondering, was that supposed to turn out that way? Listen, if it did, yes, okay. Because you might have been in a position where you're getting a little too complacent. Show me more about this 8 of Cups. 7444. Telling you, it's way worth leaving. Okay. However, that's also confirming where Some of you are tied up in the situation because of finances. But that 13 is also transformation number. That shit is done and over with. Some of you are leaving something. If you're leaving something, it's because you're going towards something better. You might have been with this person since 2013, and March 7th is a very significant date. I think that chat might be jammed. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Better. All right. Let me clarify. Message of concern. Child. Okay, let's bring this back out with this. Message of concern. Also something here in regards to DNA testing. We'll keep it at that unless something else comes up. What's this? Yeah, see? What's behind that? Somebody's hiding something. Hold on. Somebody hiding some shit. I can feel it. What's the message of concern to be received? What's the message? Fuck concern. What's the message? It didn't land on the table, but it sure is leaning. Now, yeah. Hold up. I want to look at something. Where is that? Ooh, somebody is for real drinking these sorrows away. I can smell it. Oh. Okay. This is why I said somebody hiding something. Where, oh, good Lord. Why are we even going this right? Because the truth has to come out. Look at here. This right there is the second time it's appearing because it reflects something you sent out into the world is coming back at you. If you have been careful to only put out energy and activity that you would love to receive, then you don't have anything to worry about. But if you have behaved unethically, whether through word or deed, fix it fast or Pegasus will fix it for you. And there are significant asteroids and stars, fixed stars that are in place that have to do with the decapitation of Medusa. So somebody could be losing their shit for real, doing the most. And we got Mars conjunct Pluto in the yeah. This is what I'm saying. If you are in some type of legal situation when it comes to a partnership, just don't be doing anything on social media that's gonna fuck you up. Good Lord. Okay. The star card. Hold on. Scorpio and Aquarius. So between Scorpio and this season, something is being balanced. Something is being revised that happened between Scorpio season and now. This could even have to do with someone in regards to inheritance, where there could have been some misdocumentation, where whoever was put in place to finalize a will before a loved one transitioned, they didn't put something on there that they were supposed to. They didn't put, someone wasn't added, or someone, with that Three of Pentacles, someone got another person to alter the documents. And thought no one would see. Now we have the Empress that shows here. Someone underestimated the power of this feminine energy. Who was going to find it out? Oh my God. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed for you. It's all going to be taken care of, though. Yeah, see, I know this ain't, this is that. That is that. Yep, this is not the side of justice someone wants to be on. Not at all. Not at all. 8338 was just on the clock. This is nothing new. I'm not telling you something you don't know, apparently. I'm talking about my father and his wife. Hold on, because I'm gathering everything that's pulling through here. This is coming to an end, though. There's no escaping it. With that, on that position of the death card there, it's coming to an end. Because that side of That's with Hades there. That's Pluto too. Shit. This side has to do with basically never thinking that you can sneak around justice. You may get away with it for a moment of time, but inevitably the truth will come out. It is far better to face it on your own free will than to wait and let justice choose her time to cast a verdict. The situation is fragile and fraught with danger. Huh. I'm telling you, somebody's really drinking their sorrows away. That is not going to save their ass. Not one bit. Not one bit. The drink, well, that could be part of their justice too. So for you collectivists, there's nothing, although we don't talk about right or wrong over here, but when it comes to remaining still, if you're not sure which way to go, that's okay. But don't be in denial about a situation either. You can stay where you are forever, and refusing to look directly at your circumstances only prolongs the problem. Now, this would be more so related to once you receive the truth, release it immediately and allow, because when when divine justice is at play, you don't even want your pride getting in the way. Let it be what it's going to be. Because you may want to give people a piece of your mind. However, look at that, the star card. They said, no, I got this. We got this. You do have a significant energy around you, calming your nerves down, I'm getting. At the deepest level, 642. 642. You see them, you love them dearly, and they're going to help you get back into a state where you are more receptive, creative, and enjoying life. Show me this. This is what we got right here. You're most welcome. And there goes the document that you received, letting you know the truth at hand. Helping you to put things together. This can also lead to a move. Yeah, you expected it to turn out this way here, collective. Distant horizons. It took a lot of work, but it comes with great fortune. Nothing's left in vain. 8818. Leave one relationship. Make sure you heal before you enter another. However, 7:15. It's lit. Moon in Cancer energy. Cycles. It's going. Something's going. Certainly going in cycles. Let me see where we at right now, though. Let's see where we are right now. It's 6:44. Let's look at the planetary hour. Where are we? Jupiter. Okay. Love to see it. That's dope. Planet of expansion and integration. Expansion as a result of integrations of the lessons, especially when it comes to the use of one's actions, the use of willpower and actions. Why are you over there laughing? What's so funny? Shit, I'm gonna laugh too. Let me know what's funny. Okay? Shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, mommy. Okay. Gratitude. Let's see. We're in the first quarter phase while the moon is in Taurus. So it would be challenging to trust. It would be a bit challenging to trust the wisdom of your body and what your body is telling you right now. At 3 degrees, that's Gemini. You could be going back and forth in your thoughts about what the fuck is going on here. Well, you have to make a decision, but you're receiving the message that's going to help you make the decision. Say less. Okay. One more. Not here. Bet. All right. Oh, wow. You're the privileged one. There goes that 3 degrees, but 12, 3. Just listen to your perspective and it makes so much. Love it. Right there with you. Let me see. What's this? Oh shit, this one coming in hot. That message is coming in hot, huh? Okay. Ooh. Sheesh. Harboring over lessons and significant one-on-one partnerships has certainly had you in a standstill, uncomfortable enough to receive the enlightenment and remember the sulfur symbol here on the back of the Emperor. Before you could evolve into this Emperor energy, which is having a well and refined balance logically, even when it comes to the balance of all 4 elements on that left side of your brain. You have to come into balance with that in order to be released. Also connected to the number 33, which we have here. Extension of the spine. However, let me see. The plan is in process. The land may look bare, but the plan is in process for sure. As long as you allow the healed alchemical state of the mind to assist you in this spiritual alchemy. It's the beauty of the journey is actually the process. Because once you arrive at your destination, it's on some what's next. The High Priestess. Sheesh. Well, all right then. The Pillars of Mercy and Grace. Yeah. This situation could be, it would be a prime example of, especially the way the Taurus energy keeps coming up, where there is a clearing of your subconscious and ancestral residue, where you're the one who clears out this type of experience when it comes to the bloodline. Because with that 3 of Swords, obviously it's a card of heartbreak and betrayal. And it only takes one sword to pierce the heart. And the emotions represented here are overkill, where there may be a deliberate cruelty or enjoyment in inflicting pain, which is basically masking pride over being able to ignore a situation where ignoring the situation is actually more detrimental than seeing it in the face of it. Welcome, Karis. There's no need to make anything worse at this point. Shit. All right. Let's see what zodiac signs pulled through here. Well, we have the 8th house. Virgo. You could be Virgo, sun, moon, rising. Or Leo as well, with Neptune and Saturn still in Pisces. Yeah, this one more card. I'm going to a different spread. Another sign. Who we got? Cancer. Cancer, sun, moon, or rising. What's up, honey bun? Anything that's emotionally draining or behind the scenes roles is going to increasingly be intolerable. Okay. Once you release yourself from whatever this thing here was saying, because that was a lot. Not so much. It is just parts of the human life in the third dimension that is just annoying. It's just on some why you could be doing something much better with your time, but to each dimension its own. Going into positions that are more so connected to coaching, consulting, or care-based businesses where your emotional labor is valued and compensated, having to do with other people's money as well. Some of you could be getting into real estate. Because the next 14 years strongly carries a mystical type of energy. Some of you could be the type of people where you excel very well in real estate because of your ability to be able to sense certain type of energies within an atmosphere. I'm seeing somebody receive a lot of reviews specifically pertaining to that. You may not necessarily have a spiritually based career or business, but you move that way. Corporate shaman type of thing. Okay. Now, let's clear this. Do one more spread here. Directional points. New moon in Leo, but we got the full moon in Leo coming up on the 1st, followed by a solar eclipse, new moon in Aquarius. We'll get to those messages as that time frame gets closer. Absolutely. It's angelic and demonic when you are aware of the frequency of 144,072 angels of light. Higher self that governs the lower self, demons. 72 below the heart chakra. Mastering one's demons puts them into place where your demons don't master you and you're not entering spaces that don't concern you, but choosing to go into spaces you know well enough you have no knowledge of, deciding to insult it. And now when you come across the essence of Archangel Uriel, you claim your rightful position in the abyss. Have a great one, SMBR love. Anybody else want to go with him? Yeah, stop playing with people. Okay? Right. Okay, let us continue, shall we? Let's see where the collective is at the present moment, you and your energy. And then we'll get a bit more into it. People can't be doing what they used to doing for the past 2,000 years. You get fucked up over here. I promise you that. Without even knowing, too. Don't even know the own Christ they follow. That's true blasphemy. The ones who talk about repent, that is demonic. All right. When your ass go to wherever you go, when you cross over, you're going to have that same conversation in regards to what you came here to do initially. But you had it all, misconstrued and fucked up. And then you met the presence of Archangel Uriel. Now you really done fucked up. Yeah, I saw the way the message was being delivered in regards to this mantis being and being, plain and simple, the eyes of source, the eyes of all that is, and making sure things are put into order. Fuck them people. Exactly. That's some real shit. All right, let's get into it, babes. Yo, show me the collective and their energy, divine. Could all be so simple. Collective and the energy. In the hanged man position. Why is that, huh? Why is that? Well, the collective right now is in a position of clarity, coming out the mud, no longer wearing the mask, even if it has to do with the mask of past generations. No mas. And as we were just sitting here talking about this whole Pisces energy, the card for Pisces comes out. So, Now, this could also have to do with the ancient ruler of Pisces, Jupiter, that is retrograde in Cancer, where there's a rewriting of emotional language, especially the narratives that are being revised as it connects to family stories, inner dialogue, or any thought patterns tied to safety, where you notice the growth and the mastery, where it also influences you, inspires you to assist others. That level of growth now comes through repatterning your speech. Let's see a little bit more. Believe in the impossible by knowing all is possible. Blue moon, which occurs when there are 2 full moons in 1 month. So within a month, there are going to be massive completions as a result of forgiveness for all that has happened, which is going to assist you in the adjustments that are required. Now, this 3rd moon phase is all about reevaluation, bringing balance, and being able to trust. It's a major issue when it comes to the collective, is the experience and connection to trust. Because moving forward, embrace the energy of peace. And peace comes when you embody what truth is or means to you. And for too long, not just you, because we're talking about a shift that hasn't happened for almost 170 years, where you collective are that representation, let's say, of a great-grandparent or a great-great-grandparent, wherever that lands for you. You're the one that's rewriting the patterns, especially through the expression of something has been generationally passed down, or you're breaking a significant generational cycle, right? Seeing all the broken pieces and what's possible, and putting all of those pieces together and getting a clearer understanding by being in such an uncomfortable state to do so, to put the pieces that brings peace back to you. Let's see what's grounding you as you do this. What's grounding the collective here? The cause of mental conflict. We have here 2 of Swords, Moon in Libra. That's coming out quite a bit. Emotions connected to memories when it comes to significant relationships. Where you weren't fully seen as the truth of you, or who you actually are, the truth of your identity. Now what's grounding you, especially with the Hangman coming out first, as difficult as a past experience may have been, you're now able to see it from the lens of your higher self, or a higher perspective, or being in observation mode, instead of reflecting and reliving the experience without going into observer mode. Where now you can easily go down this path where you may find yourself emotionally being triggered, but not making the adjustments to recognize that that situation already happened and it's not happening now. Your position in reflecting on it is more so to, okay, this is what I was saying in the previous live. You'll be able to know more about this in regards to what energies rule your 4th house And where you tend to, you know, let your power go is more so connected to your eighth house. Your fourth, eighth, and 12th house are very powerful houses in regards to where it's showing you the energies that have to come to an end. Okay. What's going on, Arcadia? Greetings, Allison. Let me look a little bit more into this. This is collective, beloved, but the other live, there is information there for Scorpio. If you are looking to obtain your own personal message, view the details in the pinned comment, and we'll go from there. Seeing the root of the mental conflict is what's grounding you and providing you with focus at this time. What if you don't have anything in your fourth house? Wonderful question. It's not about what's in it. It's more so the sign that rules it. So whatever your rising sign is, count 3 houses after that. That's the sign that rules that house. So for you aqua, right? No. Arcadia. Because you disrupted coming into spaces asking questions that have nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Okay. Taurus, 4th house. So it's more so not so much about what planets are in the 4th house, but the sign that governs the 4th house. So it could be empty. However, this is why I say we are all every sign, because you have those 12 positions. And even if you don't have a planet there, it's still ruled by a sign. No, don't say I now. You out of here. Fuera. What is grounding you and providing you with focus in regards to this mental conflict? Wow. There's that. Let's clarify what we've already said. Peacekeeper, keeping it together, keeping the pieces together of how many different directions was causing this mental conflict, even leading into indecision. We're now putting the pieces together and stepping more into a perspective of cause and effect, and not so much right or wrong, stepping into the essence of universal law that allows you to take action without guilt and without shame. I may even do, not may, but we'll announce it when the class is up. But it's regarding the universal laws and the usage of it in this practical world or reality. Show me more. What is grounding the collective, providing them with focus at this time? Being devoted and committed, yes. Of putting the pieces together, especially if there has been a lot of, speaking of guilt and shame, a lot of sacral and solar plex disturbance that's been going on, where even your certain achievements you may have that has you feeling some level of shame or guilt because of, a past experience that caused you to disconnect from someone or a group of people. And when you go through these levels of success and achievements, you may feel a little ounce or a little bit of energy of guilt and shame because you can't tell certain people about certain things, or you're not. And even if it's not guilt and shame, You can also block yourself from the full essence of celebrating, where it's not so much guilt and shame that you feel, but you express fuck them people. Not in that sense of what we were saying, but it's more so in regards to slightly having a energy of anger and why you're not making a decision to have other people around. If you're not going to have other people around because you're wise enough from learning the lesson that, listen, it is what it is, but it's time to move forward and move forward graciously. Tell y'all something, if my Sagittarius behind can do that, anybody can. Anybody can. Okay? The Sag with the Mars and Aries, come on. Shit. Tuh. Now, let's look at your current thoughts and perception. Now let's get to this, the nitty-gritty of this. Okay? We talking this peace energy. What's this? The thinking woman. Huh? Somebody said, I'm thinking about it. However, whatever. Do you, honey. Do what you gonna do. Your current thoughts and perception. Come on now. Oh. That's a sense of where you understand the journey, but then you regress back into as if you were experiencing certain things in that present moment. You're not. You're not. Let me see. Show me thoughts and current perception. It's the card of perception, seeing. Okay. Mind's eye. What are they seeing? Show me in regards to their current thoughts and perception. Spirit about to tell on some of y'all over here. Let me see. Okay. This would be a level of solitude that's still connected to pain or still feeling held on to something, with the 9 and the 6 being the 15, the devil card, restriction. Some of you must have read a past journal entry recently. That pops out. Or someone must have popped back up while you were in this deep reflective state in hermit mode. Now I'm getting this energy of just hear them out. Do with that what you will, because that shit ain't for everybody. The current thoughts and perception. Could be over analyzing something here with Virgo having to do with analysis. Track down your fears and desires in reverse. Someone's unable to move from a past situation. You keep replaying something over and over and over. It's as if you're looking for reasons where the person is actually wrong for what they've done. That's not going to help you. That's just going to continuously mess up your nervous system. Let go of the need to be right is up there. Devoted and committed to being right, you got to let go of that. What's at the bottom? Direction. Choose your path. Oh, yeah. Something wasn't fully communicated, or someone doesn't listen. Someone doesn't listen. This would be the example of someone committed to misunderstanding. And this could be your current thoughts about the energy, where you may have attempted already to gain clarity by having a conversation with someone, but they're only seeing things their way. And there's no breaking through that. Something about someone's frontal lobe is not fully operative. Show me. Intend and create. High priest energy. Taurus, which has to do with the throat chakra conversation. Don't waste any, well, don't indulge in any more time ruminating about this, for a strong desire to keep the peace and the connection. Now, I could see someone who would have, let me see, that's given where you may have a Leo 4th house. And Taurus rising, that's for sure. Where you only receive love, and it was, the way you receive love was conditional based. Love was only, you only know love based on what you do for people. But that's a deeply rooted trauma ancestrally. And you isolate yourself. Hey. You only want to have this conversation because you seek validation, especially as a Taurus with the Leo 4th house. Because your foundation literally centers on validation, identity, and recognition. You only felt as though you belong because you were seen. And when it comes to being vulnerable, oh, that's a hazard zone, a hazardous zone for you. Unless you go through the process of healing that, where intrinsic self-worth is required and love must exist without an applause. And when it comes to your identity, allowing it to exist without performance. So you can be, it would be important for you to practice unobserved creativity and validate yourself daily without feedback. By creating spaces where you exist without proving. And most importantly, detach worth from productivity and praise. You don't have to have Leo 4th house, however. This is why I say astrology is phenomenal. Where you could be moving through trauma that's not even your own, and another layer of it not being your own, especially if you're not aware of the energy that rules that house or that faculty of your mind. Started painting every day for a year and a half now. Let's see. Let's look at your rising desires and primal necessities here. Show me the rising desires. Wow, is to speak. It popped in and out as if that's something you've been hiding when it comes to you desire to be vulnerable, but at the same time it doesn't feel safe. It feels super foreign to you. Or at least it has. Oh gosh, what's this? Material and spiritual prosperity. Six of Pentacles, which is the card of reciprocity. Yeah, back to that energy. Detach worth from productivity and praise. Validate yourself daily without feedback. You know, the image that I'm getting is someone getting dressed and you live with your partner and you constantly ask your partner, don't I look good, babe? And you ask them multiple times. I mean, here and there, it's cool, it's whatever. But it's this type of energy, it's more so, okay, someone's seeking the validation, but, attempting to subconsciously sweep it under the rug as to why they're doing that. What are the rising desires here? Man, listen. We have, I could see that. The Four of Cups. This is connected to July 12th to the 21st, third decan Cancers. It's the Moon in Cancer card. It says discontent and boredom. Now, the thing is, of course, you don't want to be bored, right? But what is actually an expression of joy or fun for you? Do you actually know what that is? Show me that. Damn, it's this section. Rejoice and celebration. And immediately, this has to do with what you know as joy is connecting to a past person that you may be desiring to reconcile with. Primarily so, this is someone desire to connect with someone of the past because they may have understood your need to be validated, but that can also be detrimental to you, where they may have not even spoken up in regards to the way they perceive you asking or seeking that level of validation. This could also be why some of you in separation from someone, that it could possibly be, something that works out. However, you have to have that love and self-worth for yourself without them even telling you. It's not that they won't express that. 924 could be of significance, because I'm seeing it twice. What's 924? That's the Two of Swords. That's literally right here. That's the first decan Libra. Somebody could be a Moon in Libra or Libra born the 24th of September. You or them. Or that could be an anniversary date. And this could be what someone is having this level of nostalgia about. Now, what's this? Well, the World card. That cycle is over with. Now they're bringing me directly to when the message of the books was there, where this chapter is closed out. Something about the 24th to the 29th is, Libra season. '25, '26. Welcome back. This is coming through as your desire is not even a desire. You gotta be honest with yourself. Yeah, you gotta make plans and focus on the truth of what you came here to really do. Made in. This all started in the womb. You're repeating the cycle of your mother. Well, there's that. Fourth house. Because this is a section in regards to your rising desires. But it's time to really do that deep introspection of what that really means. Let's just put it this way. And it's obvious that this is something you want, because when you want something, it's a need of something to feel whole. A true desire is more so connected to this is what you are designed to move toward. Wants are additive, the desires are directional. The wants try to fill spaces, and over here, trying is an insult to doing this. If you're trying to do something, you're not doing it or not doing it. You're really just in limbo. While desires organize space, which means that real desires don't feel frantic. It feels calm, clear, grounded, and inevitable. 133:13, and they got stuck up there on the timer. What's up? Business good. When it comes to a desire, there's no chasing, no grasping, no urgency, no distortion, just direction. So always keep that in mind, that when you want something, it's more so of an external pull. When you desire it, it's an internal alignment. An aligned desire will never feel dramatic. It feels obvious. It doesn't scream, it doesn't beg, it doesn't convince. It just organizes behavior consistently and quietly. That's how you know it's real. Anytime you want something, that's literally coming from the mind, triggered by outside influences, is more so connected towards consumption, tied to comparisons, unstable, most definitely replaceable, and emotionally conditional. A desire, though, that right there comes from the core. It's generated internally. It's oriented towards expression. It's connected to identity. It's stable, persistent, and coherent with your purpose. So with this section being connected to your rising desires, it's not a desire. It's more so stimulus driven and reactive. So fix it, okay? Fix it. Some of y'all may have to book a one-on-one Zoom to get real clear about where that's even coming from or what to do about it. For real, for real. Well, how many times we gonna see Brother Man? Because I know how this message goes. You're literally here as a generational curse breaker. Don't do the same thing the past was doing. The energy is gaining momentum to assist you with making sure you don't keep doing the same shit, which can easily trigger you to go backwards if you're not aware. Let's see what's going on here emotionally. Why this is even happening. Show me. Show me the way they really could be spiraling because you don't feel rooted, safe, and secure within your own self, or something regarding your finances. Or this is simply related to a situation that occurred between 0 and 7. That when it came to you and your emotional maturity, your Saturn return between 28 and 30. Some of you could be approaching that. This is also why you are seeing this channel, so you move accordingly and don't get chopped up by Saturn, chopped up by time. I'm glad we got an archangel that done showed up, cause golly. Archangel Metatron. Music is very significant in regards to your thoughts, and the answers are coming through the lyrics. So make sure whatever sound system you have that you listen to music on, you put that baby on shuffle and get to the clarity as to what it is that it's time for you to see clearly through your mind's eye, with the sixth chakra showing up again. That's going to help you to clear everything up at the foundation of it all, because it's messing with your emotions, your energy in motion. You're moving, but you're also wandering. And that's a want. Okay. One more. Show me what else is here. What you waiting for? Obstacles and challenges. Yeah, there go that 15 again. It's gonna show up some way, somehow. The life you've lived, the life your ancestors have lived is on your ass. It's the devil, the word devil backwards. And now when it comes to you connecting to your willpower, your confidence, struggling with that. This is Saturn and Leo. The root chakra is ruled by Saturn. If you don't have a solid foundation, you don't feel secure, rooted, and grounded because of something you're still holding on to emotionally, progressing where? Gotta handle that here, okay? Alright. This shit got real. Laugh with me. Come on, laugh it out, because that's the way of moving the energy. Shit. What the fuck? Seeing the light in the midst of this situation is quite challenging. If the base is not solid, you being able to connect to the wisdom of your heart is non-existent. Somebody had a loss of appetite because of all of this shit too. Because this came out this way. You have to detox mentally, spiritually, emotionally, because you're very close to achieving your goal. You asked that before. Why are you still here? You're very close to achieving your goal. So, as you're closing out a cycle, the final exam is usually the most challenging test. So you're at the end of a cycle for sure. Let's bring it home. Come on now. Retreat and recharge. Let's bring it home now. Let's do this correctly because the hermit shows up again. This is your current thoughts and perception. Track down your fears and desires. It's in reverse, which is also why I know whatever you feel is a desire is not actually, it wasn't a desire. It's something that you've been wanting, and it's not the same. So let's get back in order. Rebalance out. That's a Sri Yantra symbol in the back of this hermit here, which is balancing out the left, right brain, your willpower and receptivity, logic and intuition. Let me see which set your sights higher. I got it. Okay. We'll get you going here. Let me see. Which phase? Show me the phase that the battle is. Show me the phase of the battle here. Show me. Where's this? What's this? 41, 5. Obstacles and challenges was the 5, and then we had, that was it for the 5s here, right? Okay. So, then the stages of alchemy. Patience and maturity is where you're stuck at, which is interesting because that's a pretty far when it comes to the steps. Fermentation. Patience is a virtue and extremely powerful to practice as an alchemist. Change doesn't happen overnight. When the fermentation oracle shows up, it's time to pause and allow the universe to create your soul's purpose. Allow wisdom, time, Saturn. Look at your Saturn placement and then look at the planetary ruler of that zodiac sign so you can get more familiar as to the way your emotional maturity kicks in your alignment to time. And it'll help you to connect with your non-negotiable boundaries, because this could be a situation where there's a constant overstep of non-existent boundaries. But there's, just got to get in alignment. Allow wisdom, time, and maturity to develop around your newfound spiritual code and the identity you are stepping into. This could be by signing up for that astrology course. Yes, some of you definitely should be booking your one-on-one Zoom taking an improv class to develop your presence and confidence, or seeking a mentor to learn the ropes of a potential career. Soul alignment requires repetition in order for it to become second nature. Fermentation is the chemical breakdown of a substance by bacteria, yeast, and other microorganisms. It is essential for making foods such as wine, cheese, kombucha, beers, liquors, kimchi, sauerkraut, and cheese. This is when the substance turns into an entirely different chemical over time, a spiritual metaphor for entering higher octaves of consciousness. You have moved past the dark night of the soul and released what no longer serves you. Now is the time to embody your sun and continue to develop it. And your sun sign tells you more about your soul's purpose and immortal spirit. So again, this could also give you a clarification in regards to an energy of the past. You might be quite nostalgic about it. However, that ain't it, honey. That is not it. Honor your emotions about the way you feel. Because in regards to a possible conversation where somebody is stuck in their ways, let them be in their ways. May not necessarily be stuck because it's their ways, so shit. You know? Let's put these up. Now that we are aware, let's see what actions are required. What actions are required here? Well, reawakening of your passion. Ace of Wands. Reconnecting to your passions is for sure. And the journey that you have been destined to take. Okay? Again, that could also be desire because it comes from the core. Well, one more. Start anew. That's the truth. 120. This Aquarius season is on y'all ass. Yep. See the truth of the matter. That is closed. It's done. Get your last tears out. Okay? What if this has to do with a significant other, family members, a version of yourself? That could also be significant where some of you are going through a change in regards to something you used to love to do to really go deeper into your purpose. You may have felt as though you didn't fully accomplish something here. We got another 12 with this 3. The plan is already in motion in regards to, okay, this is the finals. This is the finals of it. You'll have to make significant moves, choices, and decisions here. But you must lock in with your confidence, okay? You got rest and rejuvenation. And then we got the shadow, the moon. The cycles are coming to a close. You can put it to rest. You've been at the gate already to fulfill true success when it comes to foundations, your home, a partnership. That's 1111 energy, 4 wands. That's actually connected to your destiny. Some of you have to let go something. Oh gosh, yes. Memories of love. That was part of the spiritual journey, but not necessarily the destination. It was all for transformation, 25-7 and a 6-13. Well, tell me more about the actions required. Tell me more about the actions required. With passion ignited in truth. Pit. You can feel this at the pit of your tummy. Yeah, you can. 150.05. 155 is also connected to the Ace of Swords, which is about mental clarity, and no more mental conflict despite the adversity. All right. Indeed. That was trust your talents in changing times. And then we have animal guardian, trust your instincts. There goes the pit of your stomach. Gosh. Whew. Confidence is your key towards success. What's here? Communication is key. Something about the communication was off. And if it was off, that means you were using a key in a door that you don't have access to, and vice versa. And it stripped you away from your confidence in terms of not using the proper keys. Drop your shields. What's this? For whatever this is, you keep holding space for, in regards to a situation of love, where you're being guided to let yourself be loved. However, not love based on conditions. And there you go again. So we're bringing it home, okay? I got you. Okay, now, where you are to direct your energy as this is being processed through. And look, patience with the process, okay? Patience. Some of you could be feeling quite antsy. Where to direct your energy? Towards accelerated motion. They said, listen to what's being delivered in this message. This is Mercury and Sagittarius. Where you're receiving information of the bigger picture, but also with detailed information to be able to see the way the bigger picture comes about. Speaking of bigger picture, which has to do with creation, art, we got the sacral chakra of creativity, sexuality, receptivity, accelerated motion chakra. So this healing is this message is certainly bringing forth clarity that connects to healing the sacral, having you come to a clearer understanding of your base, your root chakra here, where you're understanding, okay, in order for me to truly retreat, recharge, and go through this hermit mode successfully, you have to really reflect on whatever these obstacles and challenges were. Truthfully, sometimes you can go into a very deep space of nostalgia, especially if it has to do with memories of love. But in that truth of reflecting, you really answer questions that you could be dancing around within your own mental process of it, because of wanting something to work out when that's not connected to a desire that's internally waiting for you to receive it. When it comes to a desire that's connected to the sacral as well. I'm telling you. Ace of Cups. You got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands that done came out here. So there is a new beginning, and that also indicates new love. That wakes up your passion. That's where you're being guided to direct your energy and intentions towards new love. Some of you, it's not what you desire to hear. However, remember that. Oh, it's still right behind it, as a matter of fact. Is it? Yeah, still there. This is the beginning message. Even if you attempt to work something out, divine intervention gonna come right up on there and make sure things are aligned. It was just 154, 199. the magic within. Gosh, okay. Unlock the magic within somebody. You could focus your energy on your ancient occult studies. 154.45. Instead of whatever this past situation is that is not serving you. Because you unlocking the magic within is going to allow you to bask in joy and light. Your desires are waiting. That's what I got from that. Don't let your past hold you back. And there goes this one again. Okay. Telling you. Oh, shit. Show me the pattern here. Show me why you keep coming out. Why you keep coming out? What's the significance here? Show me. What's up? That was the Lovers, the gift. The Lovers has to do with decision. Someone has to make a decision going towards their gifts, their natural, rare gifts. 737. That's the first message. This elder keeps coming up for whomever keeps seeing 737. Get out of this scarcity mindset and connection to despair. And stop taking care of people. Some of you will literally sabotage your freedom to take care of a person. Yes, you may love and care for them, but they're not ambitious to do for themselves. Exactly. I told him already. Broke relationships. Come on now. You know what? They said, grow the hell up, stop playing. Before they take you down with these people, you better make the proper decision. Shit. Choose you. Oh, ideally enough, you're not going to have an option anyway. Because by February 15th, Saturn is going to be in Aries. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with your higher self. I'm just the messenger to make you realize, you do know that you ain't gonna be able to do the same shit you used to doing and getting away with it. You ain't gonna be able to do it, so there's gonna be nothing to get away with. Okay? Because what we doing? What was we doing? Because these two together, okay? Neptune dissolves. Saturn, it was just 159.59. Neptune dissolves and Saturn enforces structure, which is why when these signs connect in the same sign, these planets connect in the same sign, Neptune goes first. Because before you can build something new, you have to do what? Demolish the old. So they've been patient enough in asking, especially Neptune, What is no longer real? Then Saturn's question to follow up with that is, what are you going to do about it? Because confusion is not optional. And avoiding situations, even more detrimental. Because once, or whether you decide to answer those questions, Neptune then says, well, the illusion is gone. Saturn is going to sit here and say, now live without it. So, you're not going to have an option. There's not going to be any options to choose from, but to go towards alignment. Some of you might even prefer that. Some of you may even prefer that on some, well, shit. They left even better. That's some Sagittarius shit to do. If there's one thing a Sagittarius love doing is peacing out, okay? Oh, you really thought you was gonna be out here playing with people? All right, nah, chill. Okay. One thing we know how to do is all right, I'm leaving. Aquarius too. We be out of there quick, okay? Shit. We fucking with people who love their alone time now. What you need to let go? Oh shit. The universe got its foot on your neck. What you need to let go of and let flow is the cycles that are closing for your own well-being. You see that there? 218. Yeah, you went from 215 to 218. I'm telling you. That good old month of February. You're gonna learn today. Yeah, it's bringing you right to where you're supposed to be. Your ancestors out here concerned and shit. Listen. Y'all spirit guides and ancestors is fucking with minds. Is it finally somebody tell them and shit? Stop eating. You ain't tired? Grow within the curse. All right. We'll stop playing. That's not a promise. However, for now. Love and let yourself be loved. Yep, there's that. Okay. Yeah, anything that's being pulled away from you or is stopping abruptly, because it's, let it be. Let it be. Yep. What do you need to release? What is it? Whatever's stopping you from transforming and unveiling your gifts. And you are not alone. Especially in moments of deep reflection. They're right there with you, see? Just as I said that. I got you. I got you. Just have faith and know that all is well. Cycle steps of life. 164:46. Yeah, just let go. It's okay. Drop. Hold space. Drop your shields. Druid. Runes are very significant for you. And then we have here the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. They have already arrived, especially with this showing up. Subconsciously, the answer has been there. This is the reason why we're saying Sagittarius, because this is during Sagittarius season. The fiery climax approaches. Due to a fiery climax that approached Libra season, the answers you were looking for showed up very clearly. You were able to see it, what was out of balance in regards to your identity during Sagittarius season has become very evident in regards to what was preventing you from staying rooted and grounded. Now, let's see what's the outcome of the current vibration. Let's see what the collective is actually gonna do now. Let's see what let's see if you're actually listening and shit. Okay? Show me the outcome of the current vibration. Oh boy. This is give a Wheel of Fortune shit. Okay, partnerships and alliances, but that's not it's not said enough. I see there's there's a handshake or whatever, right? Something is coming your way. It brings something towards you. Now let me see what's coming your way. Especially in regards to this here wanting something and calling it a desire. Oh, subconsciously, okay, we clicking. It was 166.44, new beginning. You're gonna take that leap of faith. All right. Okay. Not the notification on my screen talk about I'm here. Excuse me. Financial material changes. See. All right. Let me see. What's going on subconsciously? Man. Okay. I know. See. Some of y'all, hey, that's not for everybody. Okay, we're gonna look at it from different angles. I'm gonna clarify it. Whatever this is on your way, you already received the message to not be entertaining people you have to be taking care of, especially you as a woman. I'm not saying that you can't help a man, especially if you were already with him and y'all were already on your success path, but something happened. I get that. But you gotta be careful with these people who want to come into your life who just want to leech off of you. That's literally what you have here. Okay? Now, because all that's going to do is put you back in fear. You already know that the key for your success is your confidence. If you're in a state of fear, that blocks the root chakra, which was in a position of the way you feel emotionally. So if you continue to go down that path, once again, I don't suggest you do that shit starting tomorrow. Get whatever you got to get out your system tonight. You got until 11:35 Central Standard Time, AM, 12:35 PM. Because then it's up from there. I'm not coming at you. It's just... Let me see what else. Get back on your path. What I do love about that this is showing up here, even if you receive a call from somebody in the past, again, this could be a significant other or family member. Even if you do get a call, you're gonna know the way to respond. With this showing up here is what it's showing me is that you're gonna know the way to respond, that you don't allow it to take you off track, especially with your awareness of what it is that you've been suffering in silence about. Because you're not going to keep reopening that wound, especially with the awareness, you know what I'm saying? With the awareness that the only one that you can change is yourself. Look at all of this. Just don't go backwards, y'all. It's really not worth it because of the love. This could be a family member. There could be a certain pattern that when you're about to approach a significant divine union, you have someone that you are related to or a family member someone you relate to, or the true relative that you relate to, won't be fucking your energy up this way. But a family member, familiar spirit, that every time you're about to approach a divine union, they may come around with a sob story with some shit they got going on. And because you love this person, or whatever the case may be regarding the dynamic, you assist them. You gotta stop doing that. Yeah, you got to stop doing that. Clarify. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. The hybrid. Ooh. All right. We cool. We cool. Cause something's really gonna show up to test you. That's the final exam. Something's coming back up to test you. Mm-hmm. Trusting the unknown. Shit, you know now. Transform and unveil your gifts. Now you just somebody that I used to know. Money. Mm-hmm. Follow the voice of your soul, your sun sign. Let me get a sign here. You don't have to be this sign, but this is the energy of it. Both Mercury and the signs that we mentioned earlier too. 12th house. Ooh, that's heavy. Because that has a lot to do with hidden enemies too. Well, there's that. Gemini and Virgo. Follow the voice of your soul. Let's see here. If you're a Gemini, this has to do with a particular network or community you're connected to. Okay? Because any type of experiences connected to fragmentation and goals, networks, and professional direction is prompting a sharp pivot away from scattered gigs or people. As a Virgo, this could have to do with shared resources, intimacy, and power. So if you're a Virgo constantly going back and forth in some type of relationship situation and attempting to fix it, the next 14 years will not be supported by that. Because Saturn within the next 2.5 to 3 years is not enforcing a structure for that to live on. Okay. Okay. I did what I had to do. Now it's up to you. I'll be back on live tomorrow. We're gonna see. I am open for personals once again. All right. All the information is in the community section. And y'all have an amazing rest of your evening. Make sure you go wash your eyes, drink you some tea, hydrate, journal. All is well. I love you. Bye. Ciao. See you later.